it's Amanda. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hope you're having an awesome day. Thanks for taking some time every day to hang out with me. Today's video is part 2 of a multi-channel collab series that I'm a part of with Unfiltered 50s, Bobby Loves Beauty, Makeup by Jessica Vargas, and Tina's Health Beauty World. Today we are sharing with you our top 10 products that we received in subscription boxes. I will leave my collabs playlist link to watch previous collabs. And if you're visiting from any of the channels, welcome. Thank you so much for checking me out. I hope you subscribe and give this video a like before you leave. Not gonna lie, I was struggling trying to come up with 10. And I never run into this issue. I normally have a long list of products, so I'm like, holy crap, these were so good. I need to do this video. And I think with this year, with all things given, I think it was just really hard for subscription boxes to really keep up par with some of the items that they wanted to feature, because I was pulling teeth of just products that really blew my mind. I really wanted to be fair of what I chose and why I chose them. And I'm pretty sure before Jeannie reached out to me to do this video, I was setting products aside, and I cannot find any of these in my collection right now, so I'll just be inserting photos and telling you guys why it made it on my top 10 list. I have one product from Ipsy. The first product is by Nomad. It is the Kiss of Sun palette. It's one of my favorite highlighter palettes that I gravitate towards. At first, when you look at the shade, you're like, they're all basically the same. Give them a good swatch. Some of them look more peach, gold, rose gold, champagne. They're just absolutely beautiful. Nomad has a really great formula, not only for their face but for their eyes as well. I haven't been disappointed at all with any of the Nomad palettes. I would love for them to make blushes, bronzers, even expand on these highlighters. I would be all over that. I'm so excited to see a more indie brand like Nomad being featured in big subscription boxes like Ipsy. I think it's a great way for a lot of other people to get exposed to their products. I think it's also great to get their name out there as well. That way people will go to their website and look at what other things they have to offer. I've been on top of every Nomad release that they put out because I just adore their products so much. It's really good quality. The price is pretty fair for a small indie brand, and the products just don't disappoint. They had one that has a little bit more bold colors. I end up getting it just because of how much I enjoyed this palette. The next 4 products I received in BOXYCHARM. First one is the Murad Hydrodynamic Eye Cream. I have been trying to find an eye cream that is comparable to my Ole Henriksen Banana Sea eye cream. That is my absolute favorite holy grail, and we get a lot of eye creams in subscription boxes, and this was one that really stuck out with me out of all the ones that we received this year. Murad is one of my favorite skincare brands. Their products just really work well with my skin. They are on the pricier side, so to get them in BOXYCHARM is absolutely amazing to be able to try more prestige skincare. This product in particular is part of their purple line. I believe that's their anti-aging line, and that is my favorite line. Everything I've tried just works out amazing. This eye cream is probably the most hydrating eye cream I've ever used. The only thing I wish it did was a little bit more brightening. That's what my Banana Sea eye cream focuses on though, with their vitamin C in it. I already have dry skin as it is, but being amplified by the cold, my under eyes are struggling so bad. Everything is creasing under them no matter what I do. So I feel like I'm constantly going through this cream right now, not only in my skincare routine, but also like right before I apply concealer or powder. Even if I skip concealer, which I usually do, even if I do like the foundation just to make sure it's even, it will cake, it will crease. I would love to see it to come back in add-ons just because I am getting a lot of use out of it. It's an expensive eye cream, and I'm trying to conserve it as much as I can because it is a decent sized jar, but I don't want it to expire. So I'm like at a catch-22 of, do I just keep using it or do I use it sparsely? Is it gonna go bad? So it's a constant battle with myself. The next product is by Lunar Beauty. This is the Life's a Drag palette. I was stoked, and I did not even think I was gonna get this palette in my, I think it was like premium variation. There was like 5 different palettes, and they were all crap except for this one, and I'm like, with my luck with BOXYCHARM, I'm gonna get the stupid pure palette. That's just how it goes. But no, it took me by surprise. Got Lunar Beauty, and I gotta say their shade Shady is my absolute favorite. It has come through in clutch with a lot of my more creative looks, and I'm sadly gonna hit pan on it soon. So I've been trying to find a black eyeshadow comparable. That is something I would like to see Lunar Beauty do in the future, is come out with some single shadows so I don't have to buy an entire palette just for one shade. That is one shade I know is going to be replaced, followed by that blue and mint and purple. Those are the shades I am so drawn to. They work out so well for me. I really enjoyed the Lunar Beauty formula a lot, and I just got the Eternal Eclipse palette. Oh my gosh, so good. Highly recommend that. I think it's similar along the lines of Nomad, that it's really cool to see a more, even though that Mini MUA is a huge influencer in the beauty space. His brand is still more on the smaller indie side, and I just think it's really cool because I know he works closely with BOXYCHARM, so to be able to feature his product in one of the boxes is probably a dream come true. So he has achieved a lot of milestones with the brand, and I hope to continue to see the brand maybe a little bit more in subscription boxes. I know like a gloss or a liquid lipstick would be fantastic, or his highlighters. I think people would go bananas if his highlighters are featured in it. Venus is my favorite shade. Definitely check them out, and their glosses, absolute favorite gloss formula I have tried too, so would love to see Lunar Beauty more in the future. This next one took me by surprise, and I didn't even think or consider that it would make it on this list. It's the Kylie Skin foam cleanser. I really like this cleanser, and foams I think are very difficult to formulate in the first place, and the fact that this one really cleanses my face nice and it doesn't strip away at my skin, and it works really well with the rest of my items in my skincare routine. I know for me, I was very skeptical of her skincare brand just because she did use a filter when she was doing it on Instagram, and I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? I just remember getting it, staring at it, thinking, really, Kylie Skin, are you getting that desperate as well? Just because she's the opposite of what Lunar Beauty is, big influencer as well, with a huge brand, and it's like, are your products just not selling, or are you just working out a deal, something? I don't know. These are just my theories. I was kind of reluctant of giving it a try just because I've heard so many negative reviews about it. I just had to take things with a grain of salt, and I know with sensitive skin, dry skin, I can be a little hesitant on trying some things, but I'm also very curious just to see. It could be one of those sleeper products that just because people are talking crap about it, it could be something for you. And that is exactly what this is. The only thing that worries me is because like when you go to Ulta and you look at the tester, even though you can't test them right now, it's turning brown orange, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for the day where I wake up and mine is that color. A lot of products, it's hard to see if they truly are going bad, but this one, oh, it shows you. But it lathers up nice, it cleanses nice, and it doesn't strip away at my skin. Not saying that it provides like all this moisture to my skin, but the fact that it doesn't strip away at moisture is really important to me. There have been so many cleansers I have used that have bit me in the butt, just stripping away. I'm looking at you, drunk elephant. Sorry, not sorry, but I have to give credit where credit is due, and I think the Kylie Skin face foam wash knocked it out of the park for me. And then lastly is by Glow Recipe. This is the avocado mask. I'm a huge fan of the watermelon sleep mask. It is my absolute favorite. I am coming close on using up an entire jar, which is very exciting for me because it takes me a while to go through products, and when I got this avocado one, I'm like, do I use it? Do I wait to finish up watermelons? And I have used it a handful of times. I really like it. It's a lot more thicker than the watermelon one, and I believe the avocado one is formulated for more dry skin, whereas watermelon is for more combination oily skin. I really like the watermelon one because of how smooth it makes my face, and it does provide a nice balance, especially in the summer. But now that we are in colder weather, I do need a little bit more thicker and using it a little bit more often, just because masking is super easy to skip in your skincare routine. So this one comes in clutch of really penetrating the ingredients into your skin. That way when you wake up the next morning, you're still hydrated, you're still smooth. Even after cleansing in the morning, you still have smoothness and hydration to it. Like it's just very long lasting benefits from this mask, which is what I'm super impressed about. And I'm sad because I'm quickly going through this as well. I find this one easier to go through because of how much thicker it is, whereas how thin and slimy the watermelon is. So I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I haven't had this one nearly as long, and I'm going through it so quickly. Glow Recipe has been a brand where I try everything and nothing has disappointed. All the releases really intrigued me, and they've all hit it out of the park for me, and they're clean at Sephora. Like, it just checks off so many different boxes that every time they come up with the product, I'm like, yes. I don't even think twice about it. They came out with glow drops, and luckily I had a Sephora 15% off because I'm like, hell yeah, I want to try this. I have two products from Cocotique. The first product is by Twisted Sista. It is their intensive leave-in conditioner. This is my holy grail leave-in product right now. I am like halfway through the bottle, and I got this in September, so the fact that I have been using it consistently every single day, you know it has to be good. I think it just works out really well with the rest of my hair products, but this one provides so much hydration and smoothness. I haven't trimmed up my hair since I did the chop and been on my natural hair care journey, so I have expected my ends to be just really gross, and they haven't been. I mean, they are gross because they are a little bit dead, but they're not like as gross, like where you are constantly straightening your hair hair, they're like crusty, breaking off. I'm not at that point yet. I don't even have split ends. That is something I'm not used to. It not only hydrates and smooths my hair, it also really helps keep that curl shape to my hair as well. That's something that I have been struggling with. My hair wants to curl, just the back of it struggles. And if I don't use this product, I don't notice as much of a prominent curl in the back, whereas if I do use it, you at least see a nice wave to it. It's not just flat or even straight to an extent. This brand is also on the more affordable side just because I did get it in the subscription box, so I'm like, okay, what am I getting myself into, of how much money I'm going to commit afterwards, and luckily it is on the more affordable side. I have seen a handful of their products at TJ Maxx as well, so I want to try more from this brand. This product worked out so well. What else from this brand is going to work out? What else is going to help me with my hair care journey? Also by Cocotique, they like to incorporate some makeup and skincare items, and I finally got to try a product I have been dying to for so long. It is the Glossier Milky Cleanser. This is so good, especially on the days that I don't do a full face. It's a really good everyday cleanser, and I was a little hesitant because it is a jelly cleanser, and every jelly cleanser I have used has bit me in the ass. Like I said, drunk elephant, I'm looking at you. And Glossier has already been a brand that I've always been intrigued about. I don't know if all jelly cleansers are formulated the same or just 1-2 different ingredients here and there. I haven't looked that deep into it, but they've all stripped at my face. This one did not. This one did the exact opposite. I had more smoothness and more hydration to my face than prior. I'm like, how does that happen? I was so confused, but I was so impressed. I'm like, this is amazing. It is such an underrated cleanser that I don't think it gets the attention and love that it deserves. I know Glossier is a brand that some people are kind of like, oh, natural beauty, but like we need like a little bit more full face or something. But definitely have to try their skin, because if their makeup isn't for you, their skincare very might well be. Next by Face Tori. This is a much more recent product, but oh my gosh, I cannot stop using it. It's the Velvet Moon Sleeping Mask. Oh my gosh. This is actually what's taking place of my glow recipe ones right now. Not only because it's new, it's because the other ones, they're coming up on their time being completely panned. Oh my gosh, there's something about this one. It's kind of like you take that watermelon and the avocado one and mix it together, because it's not as thick as avocado, but it's not as thin as the watermelon one, but it provides really good benefits to my face. Like, I wish I could just slap this on during the day and night. I mean, I probably could, but because during the day, like you can probably tell in my hands, I'm trying to hide them because of how chapped they are. My face is starting to do that as well. So I've been needing like that extra layer of hydration, and I feel like this mask really could just provide it all day, every day. But what sets it apart from avocado and watermelon is that it also plumps, and that's something that I never really took into a factor of looking at in my skincare, but it just makes my face just look so more youthful with that plump factor to it that I'm like, okay, I can accept this just because I'm getting in denial about my age. For some reason I still think like I'm stuck in like my college age, but I know I'm not, just because it's funny how things can change over 5 years. It makes me feel good about my skin. Like, it just provides like that healthy glow look to your face on top of the smoothness and hydration. I've just been obsessed how my skin looks ever since trying this mask. Also by Face Tori, I received my favorite oil cleanser. I'm gonna probably butcher the name and I'm so sorry. It's the Wang Ji So Pure Perfect Oil Cleanser. I actually got a backup because I'm coming up on using this all the way up as well in my winter FabFitFun box. This oil cleanser does wonders for me, and I have tried a handful of oil cleansers because that's what I use to double cleanse wearing a full face of makeup, and this one has been the only one that comes close to getting pretty much all of the eyelash glue or eyelash liner off my lids. It is a pain in the ass to get off lash glue, and a lot of cleansers don't even make it budge at all. It still looks like you got like a perfect line of eyeliner still on. This one at least breaks it down somewhat. And of course you gotta just go in with micellar water at the end to get the remaining off. But the fact that it actually does something stands out to me, because it also does it on my face as well, because I always go in with micellar water last just to make sure I have fine very little or none at all makeup behind after double cleansing with this cleanser. It just blew my mind. Normally I feel like I have to triple, quadruple cleanse to get everything off. No, I can use my makeup balm, this, micellar water, and I'm good to go. As I mentioned with their face palette, there's just something about Nomad's formula. It's smooth, it's creamy, so easy to blend. Like, I would recommend the Nomad Orient Express palette as a really good beginner palette because it is on the more neutral side, but there are pops of colors. Not only are you able to work with the palette for the blending, but if you are wanting to experiment with more pops of color, really great palette. I don't want to be as redundant, but as I mentioned, it is one of my favorite brands. I look forward to all their releases. I know good and well once they start teasing something, I'm gonna want to get it. I've had nothing but a great experience from this brand, and I just want everything that they put out. I would love to know, what were your top 10 favorite products from subscription boxes this year? I definitely get a handful of boxes, and this is with 12 months of products, and so to struggle that I barely had 10 and I don't even have any honorable mentions really does surprise me, but I'm trying to be considerate of the circumstances and the subscription boxes, trying to procure products as well, so that I just don't want to roast any brands right now, as tempting as it is for Ipsy, just because of how much that they screwed me over for some of their months, because a lot of those products probably would have made the list, and that's why they only had one. But it also shows like some newer boxes that I've tried this year, like Face Tori, Cocoa Tea, of how amazing products that they featured in their boxes as well. Like, that could be a different option for someone that might not want mainstream BOXYCHARM or Ipsy. And don't forget to check out everyone else's picks. There will be a playlist linked in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and if you don't, I appreciate your view anyways, and I'll see you in the next video.